The champagne flute shattered against the marble floor like a gunshot in the silence of the penthouse, shards scattering like the fragile illusions of Noah Harrington's perfect life. "You're a fucking liar. Noah always have been." His sister Lila spat, her voice a venomous whip cracking through the air, eyes blazing with the fury of a betrayal she claimed to unearth. In that instant, as the golden boy of the Harrington dynasty stared at the photo she'd flung at his feet, him, tangled in sheets with another man, time-stamped from last summer's Hampton's escape, Noah felt the empire his father built crumble not from boardroom wars, but from the one secret he'd buried deeper than any corporate grave. Noah's heart hammered like the bass from a hidden club downtown, the kind where he'd stolen nights away from the family spotlight. He was 28, heir apparent to Harrington Enterprises, the real estate behemoth that owned half of Manhattan's skyline. Tall, broad-shouldered, with that effortless all-American jawline and tousled chestnut hair that made society pages swoon, Noah had been groomed for greatness since he could walk. Polo at prep school, Yale undergrad, Harvard MBA, check, check, check. He dated starlets for the cameras, volunteered at galas for the optics, and smiled through every toast to the Harrington legacy. But beneath the tailored Tom Ford suits and the silver spoon, Noah carried a shadow. His love for men, a truth he'd locked away tighter than the family vault, fearing it would shatter the pedestal his parents had placed him on. Lila, 2 years his senior, had always been the wild card in their polished tableau. Sharp-tongued, raven-haired, with a law degree from Columbia she wielded like a scalpel, she was the one who questioned father's iron-fisted control, who pushed for progressive reforms in the company while Noah played the dutiful son. They'd been close once, confidants against their mother's quiet pill-popping afternoons and father's thunderous silences. But tonight, in the wake of their grandmother's funeral, with the city lights twinkling mockingly beyond the rain-lashed windows, Lila had turned predator. "You think I wouldn't find out?" she hissed, pacing the Persian rug like a caged panther. Their father, Victor Harrington, sat stone-faced in his leather armchair, nursing a scotch that hadn't touched his lips. At 65, he was still the titan, silver temples, piercing blue eyes that had closed deals from Wall Street to Silicon Valley. Mother was upstairs, sedated as always, oblivious to the storm brewing below. Noah knelt to pick up the photo, his fingers trembling. It was Mason, God. Mason in the frame, his lover's easy grin frozen in a moment of unguarded joy. They'd met 2 years ago at a charity auction in Soho. Mason the brooding artist with ink-stained hands and a laugh that cut through Noah's defenses like sunlight through fog. 6 months in, and Noah had fallen harder than he'd ever thought possible. Their stolen weekends in Brooklyn lofts a rebellion against the cage of expectation. But now, that joy was weaponized. "Lila, please," Noah whispered, voice cracking. "This isn't what? The truth? You're gay. Noah. You've been lying to us, to Dad, to everyone. And for what? To keep your golden boy crown." Her laugh was bitter, laced with something deeper, something fractured. She thrust a USB drive at him. "There's more. Videos. Texts. I hired a PI after I saw you two at that gallery opening. Sloppy, little brother. Real sloppy." Victor's glass finally clinked against the side table. "Enough." His voice was gravel, commanding silence. He rose, towering over them both. But his eyes, those unyielding eyes, flickered with something Noah had never seen: uncertainty. "Lila, why now?" After all these years of family unity, Lila whirled on him, cheeks flushed. Unity? You want to talk unity, Dad? While you've been burying your own skeletons. She snatched an old envelope from her purse, yellowed with age, the Harrington crest embossed in faded gold. I found this in Grand's things. Your love letters to him. The man you left Mom for before you fixed it all with a quickie divorce and a payout. The room spun. Noah's knees buckled as he caught the words, him. Victor's face drained of color, the Titan reduced to a man grasping at ghosts. Lila, that's not Richard Ellis, she cut in, voice trembling now with her own unraveling. Your college sweetheart. The one who disappeared after you chose the family empire over love. Gran knew. She covered for you, paid him off to vanish. And now you're judging Noah? Hypocrite. Noah's world tilted. His father, stoic, unassailable Victor Harrington, had been. Like him, the secret wasn't just his. It was woven into the family's rotten core, a thread of hidden desires pulled loose by Lila's rage. But why expose Noah? Why drag him into the light like this? Because he deserves the truth, Lila said, as if reading his mind, tears carving tracks through her mascara. We all do. You've been living a lie, Noah, just like Dad. And I can't watch it anymore. Not after what Mom went through. Victor sank back into his chair, the envelope clutched in his fist like a grenade. Richard was a mistake. A youthful folly. I did what I had to for this family. Noah's laugh was hollow, echoing off the vaulted ceilings. A mistake? Is that what you'd call me? Then? Your son's youthful folly? He stood, photo crumpling in his grip. I'm done pretending. For you. For any of you. He stormed toward the elevator, the ding of its arrival a final knell. As the doors closed, sealing him in solitude, Noah pulled out his phone, thumb hovering over Mason's name. The rain outside blurred the city into a watercolor smear, but inside, the storm had only just begun. Noah burst into the November chill of Fifth Avenue, the doorman's startled Mr. Harrington, swallowed by the honk of yellow cabs and the relentless patter of rain. His overcoat flapped open, shirt clinging cold to his skin. But he didn't care. Freedom tasted like ozone and regret, sharp on his tongue. He hailed a cab with a wild wave, barking Brooklyn, take the bridge, before collapsing into the vinyl seat, head thunking against the window. The photo burned in his pocket, Mason's face a talisman against the Harrington fallout. Mason lived in a converted warehouse in Dumbo, the kind of place that screamed starving artist to Noah's upbringing but felt like sanctuary to his soul. They'd built something real there. Lazy Sundays with takeout tie and Mason sketches littering the floor, charcoal smudges on Noah's pressed collars a badge of their hidden world. Mason Whitaker, 30, with a mop of unruly black curls, hazel eyes that saw too much, and hands that could coax beauty from blank canvas or Noah's knotted back after a brutal board meeting. He was everything Noah wasn't, unapologetic, raw, a barista by day and painter by night who'd clawed his way through RISD on scholarships and spite. The cab dropped him at the edge of the industrial sprawl, warehouses looming like forgotten giants under sodium lamps. Noah sprinted up the rusted stairs, pounding on the metal door until it creaked open. Mason stood there in faded jeans and a paint-splattered tee, brush in hand, surprise melting into concern as he took in Noah's drenched, wild-eyed state. Noah? Jesus. What happened? You look like you swam the East River. He pulled him inside, the door slamming shut behind them, sealing out the world. The loft was a chaos of half-finished canvases and the faint scent of turpentine and weed. Mason grabbed a towel from the bathroom, draping it over Noah's shoulders while steering him to the worn leather couch. "Talk to me. Is it work? Your dad being a dick again?" Noah peeled off his coat, the photo tumbling free. It landed face up on the coffee table, Mason's own image staring back at him like an accusation. His lover froze, towel slipping from his fingers. "Shit. That's from the beach house." "How?" "Lila," Noah choked out, the name a curse. "She found it. Photos, texts, everything. Confronted me in front of Dad. Called me out. And then she dropped this bomb on him. On us." He snatched the envelope from his pocket. Lila had shoved it at him in the elevator. Parting shot of "read it yourself." Golden boy. He'd barely glanced inside during the cab ride, but the letters within seared now. Victor's youthful scrawl. Professing love to a man named Richard. Promises broken by ambition. Mason sank beside him, scanning the pages with furrowed brow. "Your old man. He was queer? And hid it? Holy hell." "Noah." His hand found Noah's knee, steadying. "What does this mean for you?" "Everything." "Nothing." Noah buried his face in his hands, the weight crashing down. "I'm out. To the family, at least." Dad looked at me like I was a ghost of his past. "Lila. God, I don't even know why she did it." Jealousy? Some twisted sense of justice. He lifted his head, meeting Mason's gaze, those hazel depths pulling him like gravity. "I love you. That's the only truth that matters right now." Mason's smile was tentative, thumb tracing Noah's jaw. "I love you too, you idiot. But this is a hurricane. You gonna ride it out here, or bolt back to Daddy's penthouse?" Noah leaned in, capturing Mason's lips in a kiss that tasted of desperation and rain. Slow at first, then fierce, hands roaming like they could map safety in each other's skin. They tumbled back onto the couch, clothes shedding in a frantic trail, bodies entwining with the urgency of lovers who'd just glimpsed the abyss. Mason's mouth trailed fire down Noah's chest, whispers of "I've got you" mingling with gasps, until release came like a dam breaking, washing away the night's poison if only for a moment. Afterward, tangled in sheets on the air mattress that served as Mason's bed, Noah traced the tattoos snaking up his lover's arm, anchors and storms, metaphors Mason painted into life. What if they cut me off? The company, the money, poof. I'm just another trust fund dropout. Mason propped on an elbow, curls falling boyish over his forehead. Then you're my trust fund dropout. We'll figure it. I've got a show coming up at that gallery in Chelsea. Could be my break. Yours too, if you stop playing corporate prince. Noah chuckled, but it died quick. His phone buzzed incessantly on the floor. Lila, Dad, even Mother with her rare, slurry texts. He silenced it, pulling Mason closer. Sleep came fitful, dreams haunted by Richard's phantom face and Victor's crumbling facade. Morning broke gray over the East River, coffee brewing in Mason's ancient percolator as Noah paced, drafting emails he wouldn't send. Resign from the board? Demand answers from Lila? The letters burned in his mind. Victor at 22, sneaking away to Greenwich Village speakeasies with Richard, their love a fire banked by societal coals. I can't lose you to this world of suits and secrets, one read. Irony, Noah thought, staring at his reflection in the loft's grimy window. Same blue eyes, same hidden hunger. A knock shattered the quiet, insistent, authoritative. Mason peered through the peephole, swearing under his breath. "It's your sister." "Alone." Noah's stomach nodded. "Let her in. Might as well get the encore." Lila stepped inside like she owned the place. Designer boots tracking warehouse grit. Her trench coat beaded with mist. She took one look at the disheveled lovers, at Mason's protective stance, and her armor cracked just a fraction, ice softening before hardening again. "Noah, we need to talk." Privately, Mason crossed his arms. "Anything you say to him, you say to me. I'm not some dirty secret anymore." She flinched, nodding curtly. "Fair. Look, last night, I lost it." Gran's death hit hard. Finding those letters in her attic, it was like peeling back the Harrington mask. Dad's hypocrisy. You're hiding. It all boiled over. She pulled out her phone, scrolling to a photo, an old Polaroid of Victor and Richard, arms slung casual around shoulders, grins wide under a Yale archway. "But exposing you? That was wrong." I thought, I don't know, that truth would set us free. Instead, I just broke us more. Noah's throat tightened. "Why me? Lila, you could have gone after Dad first. Why drag me through the mud?" "Because you're the golden son," she whispered, voice raw. "Always the one who gets away clean." Mom's pills started after his affairs with men, women, whoever kept the loneliness at bay. Gran told me everything before she died. Dad's arrangement with Richard ended in blackmail. He paid him off. But Richard, he killed himself. Noah jumped from the Brooklyn Bridge in '78. Dad buried it, married Mom on the rebound, built the empire to forget. The air sucked out of the room. Mason's hand gripped Noah's. A lifeline. Suicide. The word echoed, a darker secret than any closet. Victor hadn't just hidden, he'd haunted. "And you?" Noah pressed, anger flickering. "What's your stake? This isn't just altruism." Lila's laugh was watery. "Mom's cancer's back. Stage 4. She told me last week, made me swear not to say. But with Gran gone, the family's fracturing. I thought, if we faced the lies, we could heal. For her." "Stupid." "Ha!" Silence stretched, heavy as the rain starting anew outside. Mason cleared his throat. "Healing's not a demolition derby. Lila, you gotta build, not blow up." She nodded, defeated. "I'm sorry. To both of you. Come home tonight? Dinner. Just us 4. Mom wants to see you, Noah." Before. Well, as she left, the loft felt smaller, the secrets too big. Noah turned to Mason, pulling him into a fierce hug. "Dinner with the Harringtons. Think you can handle the Inquisition?" Mason grinned, kissing his temple. "For you, I'd storm the castle. But promise me no more hiding. We're in this, out and proud." Noah nodded, but doubt gnawed. Out and proud in a world of boardrooms and bloodlines? The golden sun was falling, and the ground below looked like freedom or oblivion. The elevator to the penthouse hummed like a dirge. Noah's palm slick against the brass rail as Mason's fingers laced through his. They dressed for battle. Noah in a crisp button-down that hid the tattoo Mason had inked on his ribcage last month. A tiny anchor, hold fast scripted beneath. Mason, ever the rebel, wore slim black jeans and a velvet blazer over a band tee, his curls tamed just enough to pass muster. "If your dad glares, I'll glare back," he muttered, half joking. "Artistic license." Noah squeezed his hand. "Just breathe. They're human. Flawed as fuck, but human." The doors parted to the foyer, scented with mother's lilies and father's cigar smoke. Lila waited, glass of Pinot in hand, her smile tight as piano wire. "You came and brought company." Her eyes flicked to Mason, praising, then softening. "Mason, right, Lila? Welcome to the circus." Victor emerged from the study, tie loosened, scotch replaced by water. Progress or performance? His gaze locked on Noah, then slid to their joined hands, lingering like a verdict. "Son." The word hung, heavy with unspoken indictments. "Mason Whitaker," Noah said, chin up. "My partner." "Mason, Victor Harrington." A beat. Victor extended a hand, grip firm but eyes wary. "Pleased. Let's eat before the vultures caterers descend." The dining room gleamed under crystal chandeliers, mahogany table set for four, though Mother's place gaped empty upstairs. Conversation stuttered like a bad engine. Lila prattling about a merger, Victor grunting approvals, Mason asking pointed questions about the company's green initiatives that skirted too close to activism. Noah picked at his foie gras, the weight of the letters in his jacket pocket a lead anchor. Then Mother descended, ethereal in silk pajamas, her once vibrant red hair now a whisper of copper. Eleanor Harrington, 58 but aged a decade by secrets and sickness, moved with the grace of a fading debutante. She kissed Noah's cheek, then paused at Mason, her blue eyes mirrors of Victor's, sparkling with mischief. "Darling, introduce me properly." "Mom, this is Mason." "My," Noah faltered. "Lover," she supplied gently, taking Mason's hand. "How lovely. You have kind eyes. Not like these Harrington sharks." She sank into her chair, waving off Lila's concerned hover. "No fussing. Tonight, we talk truths." Victor, her husband, cleared his throat, setting down his fork. The table fell silent, silverware still. "The letters. They're real. Richard and I. It was the 70s. Free love, they called it, but for men like us, it was a minefield. Yale was a bubble, but after graduation, the family business waited. Harringtons don't deviate." His voice cracked on the word, eyes distant. "I chose legacy over love. Paid him to go west, start over. Thought it was mercy." Mason leaned forward, unblinking. "Mercy? Sounds like abandonment. Did you ever check on him?" Victor's jaw tightened. "I did. Once. Heard he'd struggled. But by then, Eleanor and I had Noah on the way. I buried it." Eleanor's hand trembled on her wineglass. "You buried us all, Victor. The affairs, the lies. I swallowed pills to forget the man you weren't." She turned to Noah, tears welling. "And you, my golden boy. Hiding your heart? I knew, you know. Saw it in your eyes at that pride float last year, when you thought I was napping in the car." Noah's breath hitched. Mom, but I said nothing. Like Gran with your father. Cycle of silence. She reached across, covering his hand with hers, frail but fierce. Break it, Noah. For Mason. For you. Lila shifted, guilt etching lines around her mouth. I pushed too hard. The PI, the confrontation, it was my way of forcing the cycle open. But Mom's right. We're Harringtons. We build empires, but we can't build families without truth. Mason's voice cut soft but steel-edged. Truth without grace is just cruelty. You exposed Noah, but what about healing the wounds? Richard's ghost haunts you all, but Noah's still breathing. Don't make him pay for your regrets. Victor met Mason's gaze, something like respect flickering. You're bold, son. I like that. Noah's lucky. He paused. Then, the company. It's yours if you want it, Noah. No strings. But if you walk. I understand. The offer hung. A crossroads. Noah looked around the table. Lila's tentative hope. Mother's quiet plea. Victor's raw vulnerability. Mason's steady anchor. I need time, he said finally, to figure who I am without the crown. Dessert came. Tyramoscope layered like buried secrets. And with it, stories. Eleanor recounted her own youthful fling with a female artist in Paris, hushed by family pressure. Lila admitted a college romance with her roommate, ended in tears and denial. Even Victor softened, sharing a tale of Richard's laugh echoing in frat house halls. Laughter mingled with sobs, the penthouse walls absorbing confessions like rain on glass. Later, as Mason and Noah rode the elevator down, shoulders brushing, Noah exhaled a breath he didn't know he'd held. That wasn't the bloodbath I expected. Mason smirked, pulling him close for a stolen kiss. Your family's messy. Like good art. Layers. You know, back in Dumbo, they made love slow and deliberate. Bodies mapping forgiveness. Whispers of future plans weaving through the dark. But dawn brought a call, Noah's phone, Victor's number. Come to the office, his father said, voice urgent. There's more to Richard's story. Something I hid even from myself. Intrigue sparked, but so did fear. As Noah dressed for the financial district, Mason sketched him from the bed, capturing the tension in his lover's frame. Whatever it is, we've got this. Team Harrington Whitaker, reporting for duty. Noah kissed him fierce. Golden Sun's got a new color now. Yours. The subway rattled toward Wall Street, Noah's mind racing. What fresh grave was Victor digging up? And could the family survive another unearthed bone? Harrington Enterprises headquarters pierced the Manhattan sky like a silver dagger, all glass and steel reflecting the autumn sun in blinding shards. Noah badged through security, the lobby's hush amplifying his pulse as he ascended to the executive floor. Victor waited in the corner office, floor-to-ceiling views of the harbor mocking the storm inside. No assistants, no pomp, just 2 chairs, a bottle of bourbon, and a manila folder thick as judgment. You came alone, Victor noted, pouring measures without asking. Smart. This stays between us. Noah took the glass, the burn steadying him. Mason's my partner. That. In everything. Victor nodded, a ghost of a smile. Fair. He's good for you. Grounds you. He slid the folder across the desk, its edges frayed like old wounds. After last night. Couldn't sleep. Dug this out of the safe. Richard didn't just struggle after I paid him off. He came back. Noah's fingers itched open the flap, spilling photos and clippings. Richard Ellis, handsome in grainy black and white, protesting outside Stonewall in '69. A later shot, gaunt and bearded, outside a San Francisco clinic in '82. AIDS, Victor said flatly. He tested positive early. Wrote me letters begging, not for money, but for forgiveness. Said he'd named me in his will. A trust. For the son we never had. The words landed like shrapnel. Noah rifled faster. Legal docs. A codicil dated 1985. Richard's signature shaky. He left everything to me, but I wasn't even born yet, Victor finished, eyes shadowed. He knew about the pregnancy. From mutual friends. Thought it poetic, legacy to the Harrington heir. Stocks, property in the village, are valued at millions now. But I intercepted it. Had lawyers quash it. Buried the file. Couldn't risk the scandal. Betrayal twisted Noah's gut. Not just the suppression, but the erasure. You stole from a dead man. From your own regret. Victor's face crumpled, the titan undone. I was scared. Eleanor was fragile. Lila on the way. The empire teetered on one whisper of truth. Richard understood that once. His last letter, he trailed off, handing over a single sheet, ink blurred by ancient tears. Victor, my love lost, if this boy of yours carries your fire, let him burn free. Don't cage him like you caged us. Burn this if you must, but know I forgive you. In the end, love wins even from the grave. Noah's vision blurred. He forgave you. And you let him die alone. I visited once, Victor whispered. In the hospital. Held his hand as he slipped away. Promised I'd make it right. But fear won. He met Noah's eyes. Don't let it win for you. Take the trust. It's yours. Build something real with it. With Mason, the offer tempted, a phoenix from ashes. But so did rage. This changes everything. Lila needs to know. Mom too. Victor shook his head. It'll destroy them. Eleanor, her cancer, isn't your excuse anymore. Noah stood, folder under arm. We're done burying that. All of it. He left the tower in a daze, hailing a cab to the gallery in Chelsea where Mason's show previewed that afternoon. The space buzzed with art world elite, curators in black turtlenecks, collectors with champagne flutes, canvases exploding in blues and golds, Mason's signature storms at sea. Noah found him in the back, adjusting a spotlight, sleeves rolled to elbows. There you are, Mason said, pulling him into a shadowed alcove. Dad drop any bombs? Noah thrust the folder at him. Nuclear. Richard left me everything. Dad hid it for decades. Mason scanned, jaw dropping. Holy shit. This is life-changing. But the emotional gut punch, immense. Noah leaned forehead to Mason's. He wants me to keep it quiet. Protect the family. Fuck that. Mason growled. Fierce. Honor Richard. Go public. With the trust, the truth, everything. The preview swelled around them, murmurs rising as Mason took the makeshift stage, a crate amid the chaos. Thanks for coming, folks. These pieces, they're about tempests, loves lost, found, fought for. His eyes found Noah's private vow. To the anchors that hold us steady. Applause thundered, but Noah's phone shattered it. Lila, frantic. Mom's in the hospital. Bad night. Get here now. The cab ride to Mount Sinai blurred. Noah clutching the folder like a shield. Mason's hand his sword. Emergency room fluorescence buzzed harsh as they rushed to Eleanor's room. Lila pacing the hall, face ashen. Respiratory failure, she said, voice breaking. The chemo. It's too much. Inside, Eleanor lay pale against starched sheets, monitors beeping a fragile rhythm. Victor sat vigil, hand engulfing hers, portrait of penance. She stirred as Noah approached, smiling weakly. My boys. Both of you. Mom. Noah knelt, kissing her knuckles. We're here. Mason hung back, respectful, but Eleanor beckoned. Come, dear. Family now, he joined, the five of them a fractured circle. Tell her, Noah said to Victor, resolve stealing. About Richard. The trust. All of it. Victor hesitated, then nodded, voice low as he confessed. The love, the loss, the theft from the grave. Eleanor's eyes widened, then softened, a tear tracing her temple. Oh, Victor. We all hid. But secrets. They poisoned slowest. Lila gasped at the trust's reveal, hand to mouth. He left that for Noah? After everything. For redemption, Noah said, opening the folder on her bed tray. And I'm claiming it. Not for money, for the man Dad loved. For the life he couldn't live. Eleanor squeezed his hand. Proud of you, golden boy. Shine on. Hours blurred into vigil. Coffee sludge and hushed prayers. Dawn crept through blinds as Eleanor's breathing eased. Crisis averted for now. In the waiting room, Lila hugged Noah fierce. I'm sorry. For pushing. For everything. Forgiven, he murmured. But no more half-truths. Victor approached, envelope in hand. Richard's last letter, now shared. Read it together. Honor him, they did, words weaving a bridge over decades of silence. Mason watched, arm around Noah's waist, his presence the new cornerstone. As they emerged into the crisp morning, city awakening, Noah felt the weight lift, not gone, but shared. The golden sun was remade, gilded in truth. Winter clamped down on New York like a vice. Snow dusting the Brooklyn Bridge in lace as Noah and Mason walked it one January evening, breaths fogging the air. 3 months since the hospital scare, and Eleanor had rallied, steroids and spite pulling her through another round. But the real thaw was familial. Victor attending therapy, begrudgingly. Lila spearheading a Harrington diversity initiative, even donating company funds to AIDS memorials in Richard's name. Noah? He'd resigned his exec perch, funneling the trust into a foundation, Harrington Ellis Arts Collective, blending real estate with queer artist grants. Mason's show had sold out, his star rising, their loft now shared posters of tempests mingling with boardroom blueprints. Yet shadows lingered. Tonight, they crossed the bridge for a gala at the Whitney, Eleanor's benefit, black tie with a twist, honoring hidden histories in American art. Noah adjusted his cufflinks, nerves jangling. Public debut as a couple. Feels like jumping without a net. Mason smirked, while Peacoat nuzzling his neck. We've got wings, babe. And if anyone side-eyes, I'll paint 'em into a storm. The museum glittered, chandeliers casting prisms over gowns and tuxes. Lila spotted them first, air-kissing cheeks. You clean up nice, artist boy. She linked arms with Noah. Mom's holding court by the Basquiat. Dad's networking. Sans scotch. Eleanor, radiant in emerald velvet despite the chemo pallor, pulled them into hugs. My heroes. The Foundation's first grant? To that trans sculptor from Bushwick. Inspired. Victor joined. Tie straight. Eyes clear. Noah. A word. He led to a quiet alcove, overlooking the Hudson's frozen sheen. The board grumbled about your exit. But profits are up, your reform stuck. And this. He pressed a key into Noah's palm. Heavy brass. The village townhouse. Richard's old place. Bought it back last month. Yours. Fix it up with Mason. A fresh start. Noah's throat closed. Dad. Thank you. Victor's hand clapped his shoulder. Grip paternal. No more debts unpaid. Live free, son. For both of us. The night unfolded in toasts and dances. Mason twirling Noah under gallery lights, their laughter echoing off modern masters. Whispers followed, society pages snapping candids. Headlines brewing. Harrington heir comes out, unveils queer legacy fund. But the stairs? They bounced off, buoyed by love's armor. Later, in the townhouse, dusty but grand, with original beams and a garden choked in ivy, Noah and Mason explored by flashlight, ghosts of Richard's laughter in the walls. Think he'd approve? Mason asked, tracing a faded mural in the parlor, abstract lovers in blues. He would, Noah said, pulling him close. And so do I. Marry me? Mason's eyes widened, then crinkled in joy. Hell yes. But only if we paint the bedroom storm gray. Spring bloomed defiant. Eleanor's remission a miracle whispered. The collective's first exhibit drawing crowds to the village. Lila found love too. A prosecutor with a poet's heart, while Victor, in therapy's grip, penned letters to Richard's memory, scattering ashes at the bridge. One June dawn, Noah woke to Mason's sketchpad on the nightstand. Their faces, intertwined, captioned Golden Tempest. The city hummed below, alive with possibility. The golden sun had fallen, but in the ruins, he'd forged a throne of his own, built on truth, tempered by love, eternal as New York's skyline. Yet humanity's arc bent slow. At the exhibit opening, a heckler from Old Money snarled slurs, but Mason faced him down, canvas raised like a shield. Art's for the hidden. Yours is just hate. Security escorted him out, and the crowd applauded, not for scandal, but solidarity. Eleanor, frail but fierce, took the mic. To secrets unearthed, loves reclaimed. To my Noah, Mason's Noah, our golden heart. Tears fell, but so did confetti, the night dissolving into waltzes and wonders. As Noah and Mason slipped away to the garden, stars pricking the haze, he whispered, "We made it." Mason kissed him soft. "We did. And it's just the beginning." In the Harrington saga, betrayal had birthed not tragedy, but grace, a family reforged, human and whole. The dark secret, it bloomed into light, proving love's quiet revolution, one truth at a time.